Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and do the impasse prayer. We'll do a little bit of remote viewing. I was asked if I would take a look at what July 4th looks like. Are we going to be safe? Also, people, please stay safe. I know it's awfully hot out there. If you haven't had a chance yet to like, share, and subscribe, it would be really, really great. It really helps out the channel. Subscribing helps you stay in touch with us and see more, hopefully, great videos from me to you. Dr. Whimsy, I'm a naturopathic doctor and I guess you would call it a heart-centered remote viewer, and this is my channel. And we have a little fun. This is strictly for entertainment purposes, and we try to access information through the empathy technique. We don't force information. We use empathy and compassion in order to become one with the individual we're attempting to find information on. That is how heart-centered remote viewing works. Are we going to be safe? That is the question. And let's take a look at DC in the coming days. Happy July 4th, everyone. Okay, I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with, and together we say amen. I'm just going to go ahead and look and see about security, how we're going to do over July 4th and beyond. A lot of people are concerned about increased risk for terror attacks because we are at war. And if I can get any kind of heads up on that, that's the first thing we're going to take a look at. We're headed into a new beginning. It could be an aggressive period in the war. We could be headed into a potentially pretty aggressive period in the war, or it's a new chapter in the war. I know that the Board of Peace, which is multi-military, there's multi-military that are part of the Abraham Accords, are now moving into Gaza to be part of the rebuild. Hopefully they'll be building safe zones or oasis zones. That's what we're hoping for. But we have this page of wands moving in, which would indicate a new beginning, but also it's an aggressive Aries energy. And we have this energy of the Three of Wands. Over the next 3 months, we get our wish, watching lands over sea. You know, who knows how long a sleeper cell can just sit patiently for 10, 15 years. You think you're safe, and then one can go off. But this looks to me like things could become stabilized in the next 3 months. I'm feeling also a sense of peace coming to the land. King of Cups stands in the first house. He is the king who brings peace and experts and mastery over him. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastery and precision. The King of Cups is the King of Hearts. He is emotional. He cares for his people. He is the most compassionate and loving of the kings. What is above us is a Two of Swords that can be dangerous, a refusal to hear or see evil. If we don't like something, we may not want to look at it. What we sit in, the Four of Pentacles, we are desiring maybe to pull back a little bit. You know, this could be a situation where we just don't want to deal with it. We may be even a little bit, absorbed in ourselves and have trouble getting out of our own perceptions, and that could be potentially dangerous. The health of the nation becomes a big issue going forward. Our past placement is Archangel Raphael over the health of the nation and global unrest. A lot of people are very concerned about Russia right now, potentially attacking Poland, aggressive actions against NATO, this desperation to get us closer to a potentially a nuclear incident. People are concerned that he's sending drones every day close to the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant, which puts us closer to a dirty bomb, which potentially puts all of Russia in danger as well. But we have this great energy coming in of the Two of Wands, which would indicate a desire for peace, cooperation, importing and exporting, reaching across the aisle. And here again in the House of Opposition, Lovers, a desire to move towards unity. It's interesting because when we take a look at what's going on in Israel right now politically, for those who are interested a little bit in the international news, we know that Netanyahu is starting to lose. He may not win the election, and that's because Yashar, which means forward in Hebrew, the Yashar party is gaining more support. Yashar party is closely linked to unity government, which is about unity and integration. So people are moving energetically all over the globe. People don't want war. People don't want bad things for themselves or their neighbors. And everybody seems to be moving more towards this desire for unity and cooperation. We can see that here with the Two of Wands and the Lover's card. People could be war fatigued. And also, we have all this loving, emotional energy here. I feel troops could be mobilized in going to Iran. I feel like I'm sensing more mobilization because of that chariot moving in. Ace of Wands in the seventh house. America will strike aggressively on July 4th. I'm seeing strong military actions on July 4th and beyond. For the next 30 days, I just feel that the United States is going to be potentially breaking the ceasefire and even pounding Iran. Military actions moving in the favor of the United States. House of Opposition, Six of Pentacles. There is a feeling that we will quit the job early, that we should not, we should continue and finish the job, or a concern by allies that we will not remove the IRGC in Iran, and that could potentially make us vulnerable to attacks in the United States in the future. Hopes and fears that we will get our wish, and the final outcome is a judgment is upon us. How we handle the next couple of weeks will determine whether or not we're able to reduce our risk of sleeper cells. But there is a concern here that the next 3 to 4 weeks is critical, and there's a concern here by allies of the United States, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, etc., Morocco, which is now moving troops to Gaza as part of the peacekeeping troops there. There's a feeling that if they don't finish the job and take out uh, Iranian leadership, that it could potentially come back as terrorist attacks against the United States when they have the upper hand and ability to take their revenge, as it were. All right, this next question people asked is, there's been rumors that both people in the Democratic Party, but also people in the Republican Party, are now beginning to talk about Amendment 25. That's where you remove the president because he may have a health crisis. Let's take a look and see if, well, the leading reason is mental and cognitive. That's the accusation. And it appears that the accusation is coming both from Democrats and Republicans as well. So let's take a look at odds of Article 20 or Amendment 25 being issued against the president. Thanks for being here. All right, regarding the president, a desire for unity again over DC, a desire to get people to start building and cooperating. Wands is about building new things. It's very much part of the earth. It's time and space. And again, here, Six of Cups. All of these desires to get to unity. This, look at that Ace of Cups, kumbaya. We're all friends, aren't we? You love me. Trying to get bills passed. Fear that the bad jobs report is going to come and bite them in the tuchus in November. And again, a new beginning here, building. Is this where the Democrats just sit back and say, no, we're not going to help you, we're not going to bail you out? Or are the Democrats going to say, you know what, we'll work with you because it's what's best for the American people? And I think that what we see here is a desire that the Democrats want to work with Republicans and get certain bills through even if it means potentially helping them down the road, because you have this building kind of energy of the Page of Wands and the Two of Wands, a new partnership, and then here again, a new beginning, and the Ace of Pentacles moving in, which would be a release of money. And over the issue of Kumbaya, you know, I love you, babe. Fool is a fool for love over the Six of Cups. And an Ace of Cups, again, lover. But remember, a lover can often love more than one. So infidelity also is associated with the lovers. You know you can't trust them, but maybe you can build some kind of consensus to get certain bills passed to avoid, say, for example, government shutdowns. But at this time, it doesn't look like Article 25 is on the table. It's more something that people dream about or wish, but it doesn't look at this time like something that they're ready to actually do. It's as if they want somebody to do it for them. It's this kind of passive, well, why don't you start the thing? Well, why don't you get it started? Fleeing responsibility like a thief, growing evidence against the president that he is unfit, leads to a host of people entering into leadership over the issue. Evidence against 10 of Wands, a heavy load. So basically, there are Republicans that would support it, but they're waiting for the Democrats to go ahead and make it happen. And the final outcome is, again, Republicans could find their way over to the aisle of supporting Democrats in impeachment or Amendment 25, but they would have to need the Democrats to start it first. Hopes and fears to heal the rift. They want to save their jobs. Desire here, Ace of Swords, for leadership, a feeling that nobody is in charge or nobody is leading the charge to do this. They're waiting for somebody to come and lead. And final outcome, it could be dead in the water for at least a couple of months. Just looks like nobody wants to be the person to come out and say, we need to do this. This is the time we need to do this. All right, there you have it. A quick video from me to you. It looks like as long as we're diligent, there are risks that we do have sleeper cells, but let's just stay diligent. It also looks like the war is going to be heating up and we could see more military action either on July 4th or beyond from the United States against Iran. And we could also see an end of the conflict or a slowing down of the conflict. See, I don't think the ceasefire is going to hold, and I think we could see more fighting in July. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. And in terms of whether or not Trump will be removed, Article 25, not at this time because nobody seems to be willing to make it happen. All right. Thank you very much for watching this quick video. If you're trying to get in for a reading with me, you can find all that information below this video. Yes, reach out to me. I'd love to work with you. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.